Hey loves, welcome to Inner Love Messages. I'm Sarah, and if you're new here, a warm welcome to you. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back. Tonight, I have a special message for the Divine Feminine. Please remember that these messages may not resonate with everyone, so take what feels right and leave the rest behind. I can feel the presence of a Divine Feminine energy moving through a deeply sacred and transformative journey. This isn't just a typical life path, it's something much more profound, something that resonates with the soul in a way that can't be ignored. There's a quiet inner guidance that's been leading you forward, a spiritual pull that continues to nudge you ahead, even when the path isn't fully illuminated. It's as if you've been gifted a spiritual compass, a subtle yet powerful light that has shown you glimpses of the future, moments where you've caught a vision of who you are truly becoming. These flashes of clarity may have come through dreams, in meditation, or in the stillness of your thoughts, when you felt a deep and undeniable connection to something greater than yourself. This path you're on feels deeply personal, as though it was created just for you. The experiences you've had, the synchronicities, the signs, the inner whispers from the universe, they've carved a direction that feels etched into your very being. But even though it feels divinely led, this journey hasn't been without its challenges. In fact, it's revealed just how hard it can be to keep walking forward. It hasn't been easy, and there are likely moments when you've felt exhausted, disoriented, or unsure of what to believe anymore. Right now, you might be carrying a lot of frustration. It could feel like the journey has become heavier than expected, like you're shouldering more than you ever anticipated. Maybe you didn't realize just how much work, pain, and surrender it would take to fully step into your power, to embrace this sacred calling. It's not simply about following a path, it's about completely transforming your life. That means breaking old cycles, shedding layers of your identity, and letting go of people, beliefs, or situations that no longer align with your truth. And that shedding process, it can be painful. It can leave you feeling lost, like you're wandering through unfamiliar territory, not quite sure of where you're going or who you're becoming. There may be moments when you feel like you're losing parts of yourself, and yet with every piece that falls away, something new is quietly being born within you. Even when it doesn't fully make sense, you are moving into deeper alignment with your highest self. The discomfort, the doubt, the feeling of being out of place, it's all part of the transformation. You may be finding yourself in situations that feel foreign or disorienting, and perhaps you're even struggling to recognize your surroundings or your own emotions. Everything might feel like it's shifting, and you're being asked to trust in something bigger than what your physical eyes can see. This journey isn't only about the big, life-altering revelations. It's also about the small, quiet steps you take each day, the ones that may not seem significant at first but are quietly shaping who you're becoming. Even in the moments where everything feels heavy, there's profound wisdom being woven into your spirit. This path isn't meant to be simple because it is through the very challenges you face that your strength, wisdom, and inner power are being forged. There's a kind of beauty in the struggle because it's bringing you into deeper communion with yourself and with the divine. So as you keep moving forward on this sacred journey, trust that everything you're experiencing is happening for a reason. There will be times when the way ahead looks unclear, when you question your purpose or even doubt whether you've made the right choices. But know this, every twist and turn, every moment of doubt and discomfort is part of a larger divine plan. All of it is working together to help you step into a version of yourself that is more powerful, more authentic, and more connected than ever before. Eventually, you'll look back and realize how necessary each step was. Keep going. You're exactly where you need to be, and even in the darkest moments, you are not alone. The divine is holding you, guiding you, supporting you, always. It's also completely understandable if, at this point, you've begun to question your higher power. This path you're walking is not for the faint of heart. It asks a lot from you, your trust, your surrender, your resilience. And when things fall apart despite your best efforts, when you've given so much and still face rejection or disappointment, it's natural to feel disillusioned. You might wonder why the universe would show you such clear signs, such vivid visions of what could be, only for it all to seem like it's slipping away. That sense of peace you once held may now feel clouded by confusion, frustration, and emotional overwhelm. The divine feminine energy you carry is rooted in deep intention. You're not someone who moves through life without awareness. You've learned to honor the power of your energy, to understand the creative force behind your thoughts, words, and actions. You've experienced how your intentions can shape reality, even when you don't fully understand how it all works. And you've done your best to stay grounded, to rise above challenges, and to hold on to a higher vibration. You've tried to keep going, to stay centered and aligned. But lately, it's been harder to keep suppressing the emotions that are surfacing within you, and that's okay, because what's within us always finds a way out. You can't bottle up your feelings forever. Now you're facing everything you've been carrying: the hurt, the fear, the doubt, the anger, all of it asking to be acknowledged. It's overwhelming, yes, but it's also a necessary release. Your soul is asking you to feel what's real, to stop hiding from the emotional waves and instead let them wash through you. That heaviness you're feeling, it's not a sign of weakness. It's part of your healing. You may be asking yourself why rejection keeps showing up, especially when it feels like your intentions are so pure. Why were you called to such a radical path, to break generational cycles, to step into a new timeline so unfamiliar and different from what you once knew, only to feel like things are crumbling around you? You were led here by a deep inner knowing, and yet the obstacles can make you question everything. It's in these moments of deep uncertainty that your faith is being tested the most, and that questioning of your connection to your higher power becomes loud and consuming. For many, this spiritual journey comes with a profound sense of loneliness. It may feel like no one around you truly understands what you're experiencing. You may be surrounded by people and still feel completely unseen. That deep inner knowing you carry can be isolating, especially when there's no one to validate or even acknowledge the depth of what you're moving through. You may crave connection, long for someone who just gets it without you having to explain. And yet, in this solitude, you're being invited to turn inward, to strengthen your trust in yourself and in the divine unfolding of your life, even when everything feels like it's falling apart. Still, even in the middle of all this emotional chaos, there's a quiet part of you that knows this is leading somewhere meaningful. The rejection, the confusion, the breakdowns, they're all guiding you back to yourself. This is the fire that forges your strength. You're being shaped, redefined, and awakened. When the dust settles, you'll see how necessary every moment was, even the ones that felt the most unbearable. So hold on to your faith, especially in these darkest moments. The path you're on, though uncertain and challenging, is filled with divine purpose. You may feel alone, but you're not. The universe is still with you, gently guiding you with every step you take. The signs may be subtle, but they are always there. Keep trusting. Keep showing up. You are becoming the version of yourself that was always meant to shine. Even if the world hasn't caught up to that truth just yet, your spirit guides have a message for you, one filled with love and gentle truth. They want you to understand that what looks like rejection is often divine protection in disguise. When doors close, when things fall apart, when confusion takes hold, it's not a punishment. It's a sacred pause. It's the universe redirecting you, asking you to look within, to slow down and realign with the truth of who you are. These breakdowns are not signs of failure. They are signs of transformation. In this fast-moving world, it's easy to forget that everything you've been searching for has always lived within you. The guidance, the peace, the clarity, they're all already inside your heart, waiting to be remembered. You are the creator of your experience, and the life you dream of is already encoded in your soul. You don't have to look outside for answers. You just need to reconnect with the inner wisdom that's been with you all along. And before you go, if this message has touched you and you feel called to support this work, I'd be deeply grateful for a super thanks in your name. It means the world. Finally, let me remind you of something beautiful. You are an incredibly powerful manifester. Maybe you haven't fully realized just how powerful you are, but take a moment and reflect. Think back to who you were a year ago, 5 years ago, even 10 years ago. Look at how far you've come. Look at how much you've created, consciously or unconsciously. Every step of your journey has brought you to this point. Even when it didn't feel like it, you were always manifesting your path. Nothing has been random. Everything has been leading you right here to this sacred place of awakening. Every decision you've ever made, every moment when you summoned the courage to keep going, and even those times when you weren't sure of yourself, they've all led you to this very point in your life. And while the path hasn't always been smooth or predictable, those very challenges that once felt like barriers have shaped you. They've strengthened you. They've made you wiser, more compassionate, and far more resilient than you may even realize. Where you are right now might still feel uncertain at times, but this path, despite its twists and turns, is leading you somewhere greater than you ever imagined. Every step you've taken, even the ones that felt like a mistake or a detour, has been bringing you closer to the life your soul came here to live. And even when it seems like the universe is silent or things aren't going your way, know this: there is a bigger plan at work. You're not moving through life randomly. There is a divine intelligence, a loving presence, supporting you behind the scenes. Everything that's unfolding is woven into the grand design of your soul's journey, and it's all happening with purpose and perfect timing. Take a moment and reflect on how far you've come. Go back in your mind 10 years, or even 5. Back then, there may have been a moment, perhaps subtle or quiet, where life nudged you to pause, to take a step back, and truly look at the life you were creating. You may have found yourself longing for something deeper, something more meaningful. Maybe you whispered a prayer into the night or simply held a wish close to your heart. Whether you were dreaming of a job that aligned with your spirit, a home that felt like a sanctuary, a partner who truly saw you, or just a peaceful mind and heart, your soul was asking for something sacred. And those prayers, those intentions, they were heard. They didn't disappear. They've been answered in ways you might not have expected, maybe not always how you envisioned, but always in the way you truly needed. Sometimes those prayers brought people into your life who helped you grow, and other times they gave you the strength to walk away from what was no longer meant for you. These manifestations may have arrived in packages that didn't look like your original vision, but they were still the answers you asked for, shaped by divine wisdom. And you haven't been alone, not then, not now. You have always been surrounded by a loving presence, a team of spiritual guides who walk beside you, cheering you on, whispering wisdom into your heart. They've been with you since the very beginning, through every rise and every fall, and they're not going anywhere. The road you're on may not be easy, and at times it may feel like no one truly understands what you're going through, but this is your sacred path. It's not for the faint of heart, and that's exactly why you were chosen for it. You have the strength, you have the spirit, you have everything you need already inside you. So let this be your reminder. Keep trusting yourself. Keep believing in the process, even when the way forward seems unclear. The timing of your life is not random. It is divinely orchestrated. Every delay, every disappointment, every redirection is part of a greater tapestry being woven just for you. Even when doubt creeps in, when the weight of life makes you question if you're on the right track, hold on to the knowing that you are deeply supported. You are loved by forces greater than anything you can comprehend, and you are closer to the blessings you've been waiting for than you may think. There will, of course, be days when it feels like too much. Emotions might bubble up, overwhelming and raw. Questions might swirl around your mind, making you wonder if you've taken a wrong turn or missed a sign. That sense of being lost or alone is something many of us carry at one time or another. And it's okay. These feelings don't mean you failed or that you're weak. They are simply part of your unfolding, part of what makes you beautifully human. What you feel in those moments, the grief, the frustration, the longing, those are sacred signals. They are evidence of your growth, your depth, and your ability to feel life fully. They are not proof that you're off path. They are invitations to return home to yourself. Even when you feel unsupported, your guides are right there, wrapping you in invisible love, guiding you gently through every shadow. And when it seems like things are being taken from you, opportunities, people, time, or energy, know this: it's not always a loss. Sometimes it's protection. Your soul is wise. It recognizes what no longer serves your highest good and lovingly clears the way, even if the process feels painful in the moment. What seems like an ending is often a divine redirection, a way to shield you from what would have held you back. You might recall moments in your life when you felt something stir within you, a quiet yearning for more, a realization that you were meant to expand beyond the life you had known. Perhaps there was a moment when everything inside you shifted, and you just knew you were made for something greater. That inner calling didn't need anyone else's validation. It wasn't about proving anything. It was your soul reaching for truth, for purpose, for alignment. Answering that call takes real bravery. It asks you to leave behind what's familiar, even when that familiarity has felt safe. Sometimes people, situations, or patterns have completed their role in your life, and you're being asked to lovingly release them. That can be scary, even disorienting, but deep within, there's a part of you that knows. You know that something new is waiting for you, and that quiet knowing can become your anchor. This awakening you're experiencing, it's yours alone. It's not about anyone else's expectations or timelines. It's about listening to the voice of your soul and trusting that you're being led in the right direction. Yes, there will be times when the path ahead is foggy. You may question your worth, your abilities, or whether you're doing enough. But no matter how lost you feel, your soul will always guide you back. That compass within you is strong and steady, even when your mind is full of doubt. There may be moments that feel impossibly hard, times when everything feels like it's falling apart, but remember, you're not being punished. You're being prepared. Every challenge has meaning. Every trial carries a lesson that is shaping you into the version of yourself that you're meant to become. And during those darkest moments when it feels like you're carrying the weight of the world, your guides are closer than ever. You are never, ever walking alone. And as you walk this path, you might begin to notice changes within yourself. Your energy might feel different. You could feel more tired than usual, or like you're waking up at strange hours. You might feel emotionally sensitive or like your body is reacting to something invisible. These are not signs that something is wrong. These are signs that transformation is underway. Your entire being is recalibrating to match the new frequencies you're stepping into. Yes, it can be uncomfortable, but it's also necessary. Trust that you're being upgraded on every level, body, mind, and spirit. This journey isn't just about reaching a destination, it's about the becoming. It's about the evolution that happens along the way. Even when it feels like you're not making progress, trust that something sacred is happening behind the scenes. Every part of your experience is preparing you for the life that's waiting for you. One filled with beauty, meaning, and alignment with your soul's truth, and through it all, you are being supported. The universe, your guides, and your higher self are all conspiring in your favor. Even now, even in this moment, they are helping to clear the path ahead, so keep going. Keep trusting. You're not lost. You're in the middle of something beautiful. And if you've been wondering whether you're the only one feeling all of this, feeling the weight of the world, the intensity of change, the deep emotional shifts, you're not. The entire planet is undergoing a profound transformation. There's a massive energetic recalibration happening on a global scale, and it's affecting all of us. It's clearing out everything that no longer serves the divine order. And yes, it can feel heavy, chaotic, even painful, but it's all part of returning to balance. You, as a divine feminine being, are especially attuned to this shift. Your energy reflects the moon, the tides, the seasons, all the cycles of nature. So when the world shifts, you feel it in your body and soul. There will be days when your emotions feel too big to hold. Days when you need to cry, to scream, to release all that's been building up. Let yourself. Don't hold it in. These are sacred moments of shedding. Your soul knows how to do this. You might feel called to water, whether it's a ritual bath, the sound of rain, or the calming waves of the ocean. Or maybe your healing will come through movement, creativity, or time in nature. These are not frivolous acts. They are sacred rituals that restore your balance and bring you back to your truth. When you sing, when you paint, when you breathe in fresh air, or let the sun warm your face, you are realigning with who you are. In these acts, you are reminded that even in the chaos, you are still divine. Even in your doubts, you are still guided. Even when it all feels like too much, you are still exactly where you need to be. And finally, before we go, just a gentle invitation. If you feel called to be part of our small, loving community, we'd love to have you with us. You can join us by clicking the subscribe or join button and be surrounded by souls walking this path with you. But whether you join or not, know this: you are loved, you are held, and your journey is sacred. Keep walking forward. The light you seek is already within you. You're being gently steered in the direction of your highest good. Life is slowly clearing away what no longer serves you, making space for what is truly meant to be part of your path. And yes, there will be moments when you question it all, wondering if you're really on the right track. The journey can feel uncertain, even painful. You may find yourself asking why certain relationships had to end, why people you thought would be by your side forever have drifted away. But none of these shifts are random. They're part of something much deeper, a spiritual evolution that's guiding you toward your next chapter. As you grow, your energy changes, and naturally, some connections won't resonate anymore. You're not meant to carry everyone with you as you rise. What you're going through isn't about loss, it's about transformation. Sometimes the path calls for solitude, not because you're being punished, but because your soul is uncovering its strength and power without distraction. As you move forward, you'll begin to notice how the universe is making way for your potential to shine through. Old patterns are dissolving. Old obstacles are lifting. Each change, each ending, each unexpected turn is part of the divine unfolding of your purpose. Even when it feels like your world is falling apart, trust that it's actually falling into place. You're being prepared for something greater than you've imagined, something that aligns deeply with your soul's truth. And though you might not yet see the full picture, every step you take with courage and faith is guided. You are not walking alone. As your vision becomes clearer, and you begin to understand more about who you are and where you're headed, it becomes important to set boundaries. You'll naturally feel the urge to protect the sacredness of what you're experiencing. While transparency can be healing, you'll come to realize that not every part of your journey needs to be shared with everyone. Some people simply won't understand what it feels like to be spiritually led down a path that feels so different from what used to feel safe or familiar. You may still love them and care deeply for them, but that doesn't mean they're meant to walk this path with you. Some of this transformation is between you and the divine. It's deeply personal, and its sacredness lies in its intimacy. Not everyone is meant to witness this rebirth. As you navigate this terrain, you might feel like pieces of your identity are slipping away. Certain relationships, habits, or roles that once defined you may now feel like they no longer fit. But you're not losing yourself. You're shedding layers that have served their purpose. What you're feeling is grief, a natural response to releasing an old version of yourself. You're stepping into a new chapter, one that requires your full presence, your full truth. This evolution may be surprising, even uncomfortable, but it is leading you exactly where you're meant to go. In the process, you might look back and miss what used to be, wondering if you made the right choice or when things will start to feel normal again. But what you're stepping into isn't meant to replicate the past. It's meant to awaken something far greater within you. This in-between space, where you feel disconnected or unsure, isn't a punishment. It's a sacred pause. It's the quiet before the breakthrough, the space where the soul rests before it rises again. It's completely normal to feel alone during this time, especially when your current reality feels out of sync with the vision in your heart. But this misalignment is temporary. It's part of the process of becoming. You're being asked to evolve, to rise into the version of yourself that is equipped to carry the dream that's been planted inside you. And that kind of growth requires change on every level: how you see the world, how you connect with others, and most importantly, how you see yourself. As you adjust to these changes, it might feel like everything around you is shifting, and that's because it is. The people you once relied on, the routines that brought you comfort, they may no longer offer the same support. That's not a sign of failure, it's a sign that you're expanding. You're being moved out of the space that once kept you tethered to your past self so that you can step into the person you're becoming. The future that's calling you doesn't begin someday, it begins now. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment or a sign from the outside world. This moment is your invitation. Every choice you make now, no matter how small, is guiding you closer to the life you're meant to live. Even when you can't see where the road leads, trust that you're being led. Growth doesn't happen when everything is comfortable. It happens in the dark, in the unknown, in the spaces where you're stretched and challenged. Every moment of confusion, every step that feels uncertain is part of your transformation. Over time, you'll begin to see how the pieces come together in ways you couldn't have predicted. What you're experiencing now isn't a mistake. It's not a detour. It's a vital part of your journey. That feeling of being ungrounded or uncertain is a sign that something new is being born through you. It might not feel like home yet, but one day it will. And in the meantime, trust that even in your most silent moments, you are being held. This is a sacred space, one that's shaping you, preparing you, and refining you for the next season of your life. The clarity you're seeking will come, but for now, allow yourself to trust that you're exactly where you need to be. Manifestation isn't about fantasizing about the future or clinging to memories of the past. It's not about wishing, it's about becoming. When you envision a life of abundance, love, joy, or purpose, you must first start living as the version of yourself who already holds those things. Who is that version of you? How do they think? How do they speak? How do they move through the world? What kinds of choices do they make about their health, their relationships, their daily rituals? This is where manifestation begins, by aligning with that version of yourself right now, in this present moment. To truly manifest what you desire, you need to become an energetic match for it. Your outer world reflects your inner world, so if your energy, thoughts, and actions are out of sync with the life you're calling in, that vision will stay out of reach. But when you shift your internal frequency, when your heart, mind, and soul align, you become magnetic. What once felt distant starts moving toward you effortlessly. The journey of manifestation is rooted in trust. Trust in your own inner guidance. Trust in the divine timing of the universe. Trust that even when the path feels unfamiliar, it is leading you towards something sacred. Sometimes, it may seem like you're being led away from the things and people you love, but that isn't rejection. It's redirection. It's your soul's way of inviting you to release what no longer fits so that you can grow into something even more aligned. The past may feel safe, but it can't take you where you're meant to go. And though the unknown may be intimidating, it is also where miracles happen. The universe is not trying to take anything away from you. It's trying to make room for what truly belongs. As you walk forward, keep believing in the process. Remind yourself that you are not behind, not off track, and not alone. You are right on time. Even when fear creeps in, even when your emotions feel too heavy to carry, know that they are part of the healing. Don't suppress them. Let them move through you. Let yourself cry, write, dance, scream, create. These moments of release are sacred. They're helping you let go of old energy and making space for something new. You are a creative being with the power to turn pain into beauty. Even in your lowest moments, you can create. You can transform, whether through words, movement, art, or music. Your creativity is a doorway to healing. The more you allow yourself to express, the more you align with your true essence. That expression raises your vibration, making you a powerful magnet for all that you desire. So, Divine Feminine, remember this. Everything you need is already within you. The universe is responding to the energy you radiate, and your transformation is already underway. You are worthy of everything your heart desires. The life you're manifesting is not a distant dream. It's already being woven into your present reality. Stay open, stay grounded in faith, and keep showing up as the version of you who knows her power. You're deserving, you're evolving, and everything is unfolding in perfect timing. You're beginning to see life from a higher place now. The emotions you're feeling aren't just valid, they are sacred. Every soul goes through these moments of reckoning. No matter how much we try to ignore it, there comes a time when we can no longer deny that we were made for something more. If you've received even a glimpse of that truth, whether in a dream, a quiet moment, or a flash of deep inner knowing, then you already understand. Your soul remembers why you came here. There's a quiet yet persistent pull that keeps drawing you in a certain direction. Deep within, you've sensed it, the subtle whisper, the gentle nudge that tells you you're meant for more than the life you've been living. You've felt the call to something greater, a purpose waiting to unfold, something beyond the patterns and routines you've grown used to, and yet, despite that stirring inside you, you've remained where it feels safe. You've clung to what you know, to the familiar spaces that offer comfort, even if they've started to feel too small for the soul you're becoming. The fear of uncertainty, of not knowing what lies ahead, can feel heavier than the discomfort of staying in a place you've outgrown. Still, you've carried that weight, even though you've sensed that it no longer belongs to you. But this moment, this tension you feel, it's not random. It's not wrong. It's part of the sacred unfolding of your path. What you're feeling is a divine invitation to trust in the guidance of your soul, to believe in the visions that keep returning to your heart, and to lean into the plan that has been destined for you since the beginning. This journey is yours alone. It is sacred, unique, and filled with meaning. And through every twist and turn, it is guiding you into alignment with your true power and purpose. There's a reason why you feel stretched, why emotions have been rising to the surface, why doubts and struggles have become louder. It's because you're being asked to grow beyond the limits that once defined you. And yes, it's uncomfortable. This path isn't for those who choose ease over truth, but you, your soul, chose this because you have the strength to walk through the unknown, to feel fear and still take the step forward. You are not weak, and you are not without support. The very force that created this universe resides within you, and it continues to guide you, even in the silence, even in the confusion. So if at any point you feel lost, uncertain, or disconnected from your path, remember that those moments are a natural part of the journey. They aren't signs that you've strayed, but reminders to pause and reconnect with the deeper wisdom inside you. Life can feel messy, unclear, or overwhelming, but those are the times to reach inward and upward. Whether it's the universe, your higher self, God, or divine guidance, ask for help. You will be answered, you will be held, and even when clarity hasn't yet arrived, your soul will recognize the truth when it shows up. You'll feel that knowing deep within, the peace that tells you you're exactly where you're supposed to be. This isn't just about fate unfolding on its own. You are a co-creator in all of this. Every choice you make, every belief you embrace, every moment you lean into trust, you are actively shaping your destiny. You're not waiting on life to happen to you. You're stepping into your role as its author, shaping it moment by moment. And as someone who embodies the energy of the divine feminine, your emotions are a powerful tool, not something to suppress or control. They are the compass of your soul, helping you sense when you're in alignment and when you're not. When your heart feels light, your spirit at ease, when confidence blooms naturally, those are signs you are in harmony with the path that is right for you. That inner calm isn't accidental. It's confirmation from the universe that you're in the right place, doing the right thing. On the other hand, those moments of tension, hesitation, or unease aren't wrong either. They're your inner guidance system alerting you to something that may not be serving your highest good. Whether it's a relationship, a place, a habit, or even a thought pattern, those feelings of resistance are gentle warnings. They ask you to pause, reflect, and check in with your deeper truth. Sometimes, fear and resistance show up just as you're about to step into a bigger, bolder version of yourself. That discomfort doesn't mean you're going the wrong way. It means you're shedding layers that no longer fit. It's a sign that something greater is trying to emerge from within you. This moment in your life is an invitation to rise. You're being asked to step into a new chapter that reflects your truest self. That means letting go of outdated versions of who you were and honoring the grief that may come with that. Letting go can be painful, but it's also a sacred rite of passage. It shows how much you've grown. And with that release comes the space to welcome more love, more creativity, more joy, and more freedom. It's not just about changing your outer life. It's about transforming from the inside out, recognizing your own worth, reclaiming your power, and stepping fully into the dream that's always lived inside your heart. For some of you, this transformation might even include moving to a new place, making a significant life shift, or creating a space that truly reflects your evolving energy. This could be a fresh beginning, a clean slate where you get to write your life's next chapter with clarity and intention. Don't let fear keep you from what you've been dreaming of. New beginnings are sacred. They are the universe's way of helping you align with your truth. Trust that if your soul is asking for change, it's because something more aligned, more expansive, and more nurturing is waiting for you on the other side. But change isn't passive. It requires openness. If you want the blessings that life is offering, you have to be willing to receive them. Hope alone isn't enough. You have to create space within yourself for the life you desire. That means letting go of doubts, fears, and beliefs that have kept you small. When you do that, you create a clear path for abundance, joy, and love to flow into your life. And they will, often in the most unexpected and beautiful ways. Your emotions, even the challenging ones, are sacred. They're not obstacles, they're invitations. Whether you're feeling joy, sadness, anxiety, or hope, let yourself feel it all. These feelings are helping you clear space within, release old energy, and raise your vibration. Each emotion holds a message. By honoring and processing them, you're giving yourself the gift of transformation. You're allowing your frequency to rise and come into greater alignment with your soul's truth. Your journey is sacred. Your transformation is not accidental. You're here now because your soul is ready. You're ready to become more of who you truly are. Every step, every high, every low is shaping you into the version of yourself you came here to embody. And above all else, this path requires love. Love for yourself, for your process, and for every part of your journey. This is not a time for self-judgment. It's a time for deep self-acceptance. Give yourself permission to be exactly where you are. Surround yourself with people who see you, who honor your growth, and who uplift your spirit. That kind of support will carry you through, because the energy you give yourself becomes the foundation for everything you're building. And always remember, you are never walking this path alone. You have support from the spiritual realm, yes, but also in this physical world. Even if you don't always see it, help is around you. Guidance is always available. Your soul knows the way. It was written long before you began. As a divine feminine being, you're already aligned with something higher, something purposeful. If this message speaks to you, know that you're exactly where you need to be. Everything you need will find its way to you. The vision in your heart was placed there for a reason, and you were never meant to fulfill it on your own. Trust that every no is a divine redirection, every closed door a form of protection. You are being guided, protected, and prepared. You can ask for anything you need, whether it's clarity, courage, peace, or support. Your soul has permission to receive it. You are worthy of the life you dream of, and the universe is eager to co-create it with you. If this message has spoken to your heart and brought light to your path, we're so grateful for your presence. Thank you for being here. If you feel called, consider supporting our channel. It helps us continue to share these messages and uplift others, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the inspiration and encouragement we're here to share. Your energy matters, and we're so thankful for you.